How to lead your team of tradespeople. You run a people business, right? A trades business is, over everything else, a people business. You make your money by your people going out there into the world and doing work, skilled work, right? And you make more money by having more people doing it, okay? There's not really any other way around that. I've said this before, I'm sure. I'm a business coach for trades and builders, and I help people grow and scale, and I help people put the structure and the systems in place so you can grow and scale and make more money properly. Part of that, if you're a people business, of course, is to look after your people properly. You have a responsibility, if you've got a team, to your team and to yourself to do that properly, to put those structures and systems in place so you get the best from your team and so you give the best to your team as well. If you don't do that, if you don't put that kind of active effort and structure in place, you'll be disappointed, and so will they. Now, I talked last week about hiring and how important it is to hire good people and to be disciplined and process driven about your hiring. I'm going to say something similar about leading them and about managing them and about setting a culture. Right? You want to lead them so they want to work for you, so they want to work hard for you, so they know where we're going and what's expected from them. You want to manage them properly so they get that daily feedback of whether they're doing a good job or not and what's required. And you need to set a culture where we all look after each other and we all know that we have to do the right thing, where we're driven and led by the same values. So today I'm talking about leading. It's very important. It's a responsibility and it's your responsibility. Okay? If you don't lead well, they won't follow well, will they? Many people neglect this responsibility, right? It's really easy to do, neglect this responsibility. You're already busy. You want to hire people and grow your team so they can go and do work, not so that you have to do extra work, leading them and managing them, right? I know we all feel resistance to this kind of extra load, extra responsibility, but unfortunately you've got to do it, and if you don't, you won't be very happy. You need to plan your leading and you need to continue your leading, right? It doesn't end with a rousing speech like on the telly. You need to be leading them often and all the time, a regular, ongoing basis. It's not just enough to have the right attitude. You know, a good attitude is an important part. It's not enough on its own. And neither is it enough just to lead by example. That's another thing that's good to do. Set a good example, lead by example. But on its own, not enough. This is a quote from a chap called John C. Maxwell, who's written about 1 million books on leadership. He says, a leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And it makes sense, I think, you know. That's a job that needs doing. Someone needs to know where we're going and how we're getting there. They need to show everyone else and they need to lead the way and galvanise everybody. Now, I was taught this process for leadership, and I use that word deliberately. Like many things in business and like many things in business coaching, there's a process and you can learn it and follow it and use it to help you. So I was taught this by a leadership trainer called Peter Farley in a leadership course called Leading for Results, right? This is what you need to do in your business to lead your team. And of course, this is what I'll do if I'm your coach and I'm helping you lead your team and I'm helping you put this stuff into practice. So step one, bring clarity. If you're going to show them where we're going and the way there, you need to know that. You need to have a plan. You need to know where we're going and you need to know how we're going to get there, all those things that need to be done to get you there. All right, it's the first thing we do in a coaching program. I think it's quite important. Once you've brought clarity to yourself, you need to engage them in that plan that you've built. You need to show it to your team. You need to sell it to them. You need to get them to see why the end result is desirable for us all, and you need to get them to see what their part in it is too, right? So they need to see the context, the big plan, and then their bit in it as well. You need to test their buy-in. You need to check that they kind of agree with the plan, that they like the goal, that they like the plan and think it will work, and that they will contribute and support it, and that they understand their bit and their part in it. And then you need to delegate accountability, right? That means make sure everyone's clear exactly about what their role is and what their jobs are and how important they are to the plan. You need to maintain momentum. You've got to kind of hold the energy and keep everyone motivated. You've got to show them that we're making progress. You kind of got to show them that it's working. And the last thing, you've got to wave the flag, right? Which is really about celebrating success, showing them that it's working, celebrating that it's working. Usually a plan like this or a strategy like this is quite long. You know, you're not doing it in a week, right? It's 2, 3, 5 years. So So along the way, you've got to have milestones and celebrations, and you've got to recognise people's contribution to the success you've had so far. So I hope that makes sense. Bring clarity, know the way, get everyone's buy-in, show the way and sell the way, and go the way yourself and lead the way, right? And that's leading. There's a bit to it. You do it right and put the effort in, you'll get good results from your team. Don't do it, you'll be disappointed, right? Do it right, you'll have committed people trying hard, doing the right stuff. You and your team will be pushing in the same direction. And if you don't do it, you'll find everyone's pushing in the direction they think is the right direction to push it, perhaps. Do you want help from me? Of course you do. All right? You need to push the button down below to book a 10-minute chat with me. We'll talk about whether coaching is right for you. My thoughts on leadership and this process for leadership is part of my coaching program. Right? I help you put the structure and the systems in place to grow your business properly and to make money. And part of that is having that great team. So it's a 10-minute chat. It's just for us to see if we like each other enough to invest more time in a strategy session. And at the end of that, we decide if we're working together. And if you're not ready for that, your other choice or your other option is to come to the next Tools Down workshop. There's another button, push it there. It's only $300 and it's 2 whole days of me explaining my framework, that structure and those systems for how you should grow your business properly. See ya.